tell you something? What do you know about Wakanda?
Continuing Marvel's 10-year tradition of post-credit stingers and teasers for upcoming movies, Black Panther included 2 end-credit scenes. But what do they mean for the wider MCU? This goes without saying, but if you haven't seen Black Panther yet, turn away now because there will be spoilers aplenty. However, make sure to subscribe to GameSpot Universe for more on Marvel, because we do have a spoiler-free Black Panther review and a guide to the movie's baddie, Killmonger. Alright, let's get to it. The first post-credit scene is what you might have expected given the end of the movie itself. T'Challa presents Wakanda's anti-isolationist shift to a United Nations-style government body, announcing that his nation will now be open to sharing their resources with the world. Of course, remembering that as far as the rest of the world is concerned in the MCU, Wakanda is a third-world underdeveloped country, so he's met with some confusion. The stinger doesn't overstay its welcome. T'Challa isn't actually shown dropping the proverbial vibranium bombshell on the poor, unsuspecting world leaders, but the implication is enough. The landscape of the MCU, both politically and technologically, is about to change in a major way. This is a deceptively important detail, especially given the MCU's upcoming movie slate. With Wakandan tech made more accessible, the landscape for both superheroes and civilians is about to take a major leap forward. And it's a safe bet that not every change will be positive, especially with the possibility of villains appropriating new tech too. The real question is when, rather than if, we'll start seeing the impact of publicized vibranium and Wakandan tech. After all, we can venture a guess that Wakandan weapons stand a better chance against Thanos than standard military fare, but will they be ready in time for Infinity War? Black Panther's second post-credit scene is a bit more direct with its Infinity War connections. We see, first in first-person perspective, someone waking up in an isolated Wakandan village surrounded by curious Wakandan children. That someone is revealed to be none other than Bucky Barnes, last seen being put into cryostasis in, surprise, Wakanda during one of Captain America Civil War's post-credit scenes. The Civil War stinger didn't offer much context for Bucky's decision to be returned to stasis, outside of his own fear that he may be activated and manipulated by his Hydra-implanted trigger word programming all over again.
So that's... Я готов отвечать.
Mission report. December 16, 1991.
But thankfully, between the end of Civil War and the end of Black Panther, Shuri, T'Challa's 16-year-old engineering genius sister, has been hard at work trying to solve Bucky's unique psychological problem. We get a wink to Shuri's involvement during the movie itself when she offhandedly comments about being given another broken white boy to fix, and an extrapolated look in Infinity War Prelude 1, part 1 of a 2-part prequel comic released in January, not to mention the fact that Bucky was shown standing with the Wakandan army in the Infinity War trailer. So really, none of this is all that surprising. However, during the scene as Bucky walks from the tent to greet and thank Shuri outside, the children scatter around him playfully, calling him the White Wolf as they dash away. Cute as it sounds in context, that's a nickname with some genuine weight to it in the scope of Black Panther mythology. The White Wolf over in the comics is actually the nickname given to a man named Hunter, who was orphaned as a baby in a plane crash on the outskirts of Wakanda. King T'Chaka, father of T'Challa, found Hunter and adopted him, despite his people's concerns that Hunter was both white and an outsider to Wakanda in general. Hunter was raised to adulthood under T'Chaka's protection to become one of the leaders of the Hatut Zerazi, or the Dogs of War, a Wakandan covert special forces group. Now obviously that story isn't going to translate over to the MCU in its entirety. The War Dogs are used in Black Panther as international spies, and T'Chaka clearly didn't raise a secret orphaned baby to lead them, but the role and significance of the White Wolf and the loose parallels between Bucky and Hunter are definitely worth noting. Given Bucky's training as a spy and assassin, him finding a way to either work for or with the War Dogs during Infinity War and into the future seems like a logical narrative step, and one that could dovetail into an expanded role for other Wakandan special forces like the Dora Milaje in the future, especially if Bucky finally picks up Cap's shield for keeps in Phase 4. Regardless, we know that there's more to come for Bucky and Shuri before Infinity War really picks up, considering he was still short a cybernetic arm in the post-credits stinger, and can be seen sporting a new model in the Infinity War trailer. he's definitely due for a vibranium upgrade. So there we are, the Black Panther post-credits sequence explained. For more on the MCU, make sure to subscribe to GameSpot Universe, and we'll see you next time.